Hello, and welcome to another episode of Demons and Daughters. Gripping.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Jackie.
As always, we are joined at the table with Taya, Maijai, and Morne.
Hiya.
I like that he looked at you for both of our names.
Yeah.
Like your first name was Taya and your middle name was
I
Maijai.
know.
I don't exist. That's Morne.
Whatever.
That's how
anyway, moving on. Last week we had a fun episode of planning and whatnot, as we are wont to do in this show.
It was also quite a big reveal, but like...
Yes, the Viscount's patron revealed at last. Lilith. What does that mean? Who knows?
She's trying to seduce my girlfriend and I'm going to kill her.
We don't know that we do. Anyway, will she be seduced? Tune in and find out. Intro. And we're back. So, where do we leave off?
Lilith.
My esteemed patron, Lilith.
And,
That's better. We can't have you floundering around like a fool, can we?
forgive me for sounding one, but what exactly do you mean by patron? I suppose it is quite different to my understanding of that word.
I am the source of this man's power.
Oh. I see.
Anything he can do, it is through me and at my behest.
How does the Viscount look? Like, what's his face doing?
Make a insight check.
Oh shit. 6.
Hard to read. He is sitting there sort of making eye contact at her and mostly motionless.
See.
Hard to read. Stone-faced.
You're the one who wanted to meet me, then?
Yes. I've heard so much about you.
You have? That's kind of to the Viscount.
You come from quite an interesting family.
Yes.
A family who has not exactly shone in recent years.
So I have discovered.
And you seem to have... Your father seems to have left London in quite a state of disarray. Which is no reflection on yourself, of course. You weren't to know. But we thought we perhaps could do a better job.
The two of you?
Among others.
Yes. You said, my lord, that when we... I know that... I will not interfere with with what you are doing. I am here.
I believe we are on the same side, my dear. We all want the same thing, do we not?
I want everyone to be safe.
Exactly. As do I. I just happen to want a few other things as well.
I see. I suppose you know all about our arrangement then. If it was your decision last night to help my brother as swiftly as you did.
Yes. And I am perfectly in agreement with this arrangement. The two of you will make a formidable couple, I believe. If we can all learn to get along together.
Yes. You will have no trouble from me there.
I did not think we would. We are on the same side.
I roll insight
Sure.
on the Mother of Demons. At 17. I want to know if she's telling the truth.
Hard to read.
She is the Mother of Demons. And so, forgive me if this is all rather basic, but my grasp on matters of these kinds is rather new still.
Of course.
I have only known about the existence of such things for a matter of weeks,
And yet look how far you've come.
well, you then, if you are the source of your powers, then we are all, forgive me, are you and Papa the same?
I and Papa?
The things that we can do. I read
I'm no
somewhere.
sorceress, if that is what you mean.
Yes.
No, I am something a little more powerful.
I see.
But I don't think you're quite ready to see me in my full glory just yet.
Quite.
Your father may well have been a powerful man, may well still be, but my powers exceed anything he could imagine.
Is that what the education you are to provide me is? I feel rather foolish for having spoken of languages and sewing.
Yes, there's many things I could teach you if you are willing. I have no interest in forcing you to see my point of view.
I
have much to offer you, but that is a conversation for another day.
Yes. When the Viscount and I made our agreement, it was on the grounds that things of this nature were not to be hidden from me. And I appreciate your honesty.
Quite right. I abhor lies. Only the necessary ones.
I see.
Do not look so frightened.
Sorry.
You are not in harm's way here. You have my full protection, my dear. And I would not see a hair on your head harmed.
Insight, please, again. Because Rosalind doesn't know she's talking to someone with an insanely high DC. That's cool. That's bad. 9.
Seems to be telling the truth from what you can tell.
I mean, it does line up with everything else the Viscount has said. So, the arrangement here is of course it will be put out that you are Miss Thorncroft and that you are acting as chaperone.
Yes, you will refer to me as your chaperone and...
Miss Thorncroft.
That wasn't it. Governess
Governess.
at all times. In public.
Yes.
In private, we can come to an agreement between our relationship in whichever way feels most natural.
I see. I keep kind of looking at the Viscount just to sort of see, because I hate this and it is so disgusting, but in this situation he's the one I'm familiar with and actually am less scared of. So I'm just kind of continually like trying to gauge something from him.
Sure, make an insight check.
15.
Okay. The only places he's making eye contact with is her and the floor.
Okay. Sorry. Right. Well, I suppose I must thank you for being understanding and respectful of the agreement that the two of us came to.
Of course. Who else would have given permission for such an agreement? After all, you will be queen one day.
What? What do you mean?
Well, when Edward here sits on the throne, he is 17th in line. And that is such a small number.
I see.
That bumbling buffoon, George, is the one who has caused half this mess in the first place.
Yes, I had heard something of the sort.
One can hardly wait. Expect me to sit around while some man messes up all the agreements that have been held for millennia.
And that would fix things. If there is a ritual, is there not, to stop bad things from happening?
Yes, you are educated.
A little.
It requires blood. And only some people will have that.
What?
Edward here
Me.
is 17th in line to the throne. He has
I see.
enough royal blood in him for the ritual to be effective. And if George will not do it, then my little pet here will instead.
This is not Rosalind's reaction, but I think she is trying to hide a little bit of enjoyment of the Viscount being so, like, dismissed. Well then, I think you are right. We are working towards a common goal.
Exactly.
And I will do what I can to help.
As you already have been. And with my power, you could do so much more.
I am still certainly at the beginning of my education in those matters.
Quite right. You seem very uncomfortable.
No, I'm... You understand, of course, this is all quite a lot to take in.
Of course.
I will admit that I embarked on this agreement without truly being aware of what you even were, my lord, so it is simply a lot of information, but... And of course I am aware that I am not so powerful as either of you, but I am being honest with you. I believe that we want the same thing, if that is truly what you want.
It is. I wish to put a permanent lock on this gate. And if it happens to result in the downfall of a number of my enemies, then I'm all for it. And you, dear, will grow into your power so well.
I hope so. Is she just staring at me?
Mm-hmm.
This is rather off topic, but I have been meaning to ask a favour of you, my lord, if that's quite all right.
Anything you desire.
Forgive the abrupt departure in topic, but it merely reoccurred to me. Earlier, when I asked about learning to sew with one hand, you told me that things like that within your power you would give me.
Of course.
And I know that this may be quite a larger ask than a specific seamstress, but you did also promise the safety and protection of my friends in our agreement. And I believe that there's a group of petty criminals in Ratcliffe who may be posing a threat to them, and such a powerful man as yourself could surely have them in Newgate shortly. They are criminals, I believe, involved in all sorts of horrendous behaviour, and if perhaps it was said that they had accosted you or your new fiancé, then I am sure that they would be arrested swiftly. Forgive me if I sound rather naive. I do not know how these things work.
No, of course. Ratcliffe is a den of iniquity and
Yes.
troublemakers. Certainly, it is almost a lawless place. But
And yet, if
I'm sure with some financing, we could look to see more of a presence in the town.
it is more a specific group of people that, for the protection of my friends, I believe it somewhat urgent to have them done away with quite quickly.
How urgent are we talking?
As soon as possible. I don't know if you would have heard, given your being so much higher than any of them, but the Ratcliffe Runners, I believe they go by.
I've heard of them. I like to keep my eye on all the various mischief makers of the city. And you want them eliminated?
Yes.
Very well, I will do this for you.
Really?
As a show of good faith.
Thank you.
I would not like your friends to be in danger.
Roll an insight again, because that's all I can do.
Okay.
Oh, fuck me, that's a 3.
Okay. There's a glint in her eye. You can see that much, but you don't know what it means.
It was a part of our engagement negotiations were the protection of my friends and family. And I believe these men may be, well, intending to do them harm.
Well, we can't have that, can we? If promises have been made, then promises must be kept. Then I shall keep your friends safe.
Thank you.
Would you like to come with me?
If I may, and it would not. And I'm still out of habit looking at the Viscount, even though I now am understanding that he doesn't really have any power here. If it would not, of course, be seen as scandalous for your bride to be seen in such a place.
You will not be seen in such a place. Here. She moves her hand, and you see in front of you the colours of your clothes change. Your hair changes colour. And you can feel the shape of your nose, feel the shape of your nose changes. There. Now nobody will recognise you.
Goodness, thank you.
Take my hand.
Oh, I'm scared.
It's okay. Trust me.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to take you exactly where you want us to be.
And protect my friends.
Absolutely.
And rid the world of those horrible men.
Before your very eyes.
Very well then.
Okay, she takes your hand.
That was the wrong hand.
She makes a few motions. Do you reach out with that hand first?
No. Rosalind's right-handed.
Light begins to trace from her fingertips as she does this sort of arcane movements around the two of you. And then
Viscount's not coming.
there is a flash. And when you reappear, you are in an upstairs dark room. There were 5 men in the room, armed, dirty, smelly. Roll a perception check.
Oh dear, 5. Rosalind's
Okay.
not aware of anything.
You don't recognise any of them. You see here before us, and they all turn and react. Some of them shout, a gun goes off. This man they call the Cobbler. What the fuck? How did you fucking get in here? He's in charge of the... He's in charge of the Ratcliffe Runners. And she pulls... Her hand comes out, and then it's longer than it should be, and it's got claws, and it wraps around his face, and she tears it off. Complete with the front of his skull. And now he's not. These bat-like, dark purple, smooth wings burst out of her back, and at the tip of each protruding bone there was a sharp, jagged edge, and each one of those flies into the chest of one of the men there. I offer many powers.
Goodness. Thank you.
This should keep your friends mostly safe.
Mostly.
Well, I would not wish to step on their toes. I believe they have things they wish to do themselves tonight.
As long as the deal to protect them is upheld, then
Of course.
you've done quite a lot.
And these wings rip back out of these bodies as they slump to the ground, and this sort of kind of, like, I don't know how to describe the words, and as they go back into the clothes and sort of disappear, and it's like they weren't there in the first place. There's no torn clothes, there's no blood. Well, there's blood, but not on Lilith. Shall we? And again, you're back in the sunroom, which is dark now because we moved on from that ages ago. Meanwhile, back at the Velvet Masquerade, it is dark. A large number of men had gathered in the house. Are you girls ready?
Did you manage to find me another sword?
Here. Mm-hmm. Right. It's about time. Let's go. He starts ordering people around. You all head outside. Men split off in different directions. More men appear out of different alleyways, and these sort of groups gather into larger forces as the five of you, four, I can't count, four of you, and a couple of other men you don't know, all head towards the shoe shop, where you were told you were heading. A man who allegedly runs the Ratcliffe Runners. There's a sense, I think, in Ratcliffe that something was going to happen tonight. The streets are very quiet. There's the occasional howl of a dog, the shout of a baby, and some shushing. And you find yourselves back where you were a lifetime ago. This quiet, unimposing cobblers. I'm not seeing any movement. He looks up at the upstairs windows. Make a perception check, even though we know it's pointless.
For sight or for sound?
Sight.
That's...
You can make one for sound too. Make a separate one.
That's 13 for me.
Mm-hmm.
18. But in general.
You see nothing, you hear nothing, it's dead, it's quiet, eerily so. Richard pulls out the sword from his cane. Yep, got that the right way around. I did say roll a, yeah.
I rolled with advantage, so I just...
Oh, okay, so you just give that, okay. Yeah, for a smell, then, you can smell fresh blood. And on 18, I think you can get an idea of which direction it's coming from. Upstairs, in the building in front of you.
There's already blood upstairs.
What do you mean?
I can smell it.
You can smell blood upstairs.
Yes, come on. I'll open the door if I can.
So, okay, you cross the street. He goes to grab you, and he waltz out. So yeah, everybody rushes to keep up with you.
Yep.
You get to the door. Do you do what you do with doors?
Well, I try normally first.
Okay, sure. Yeah, it's locked.
I'll look at Richard. Does he give me anything?
No, but he is surprised you managed to walk across the road without getting shot at from upstairs. So, yeah, make an attack with advantage as the two of you kick the door in together.
What's my attack? +6, +5.
Maybe
17.
Cool. Great. Yeah, the door bashes in. You run in. It's quiet. There's not a sound.
I'm just going to keep moving upstairs.
Yeah, there's another door behind the counter. It opens. There's nothing. You follow your nose. It leads upstairs. And inside, there are 3 very dim, low-down lanterns, just illuminating the source of this smell. The sources. As you see, make a perception check, just to see how much detail you get.
15.
Cool. There are 5 dead men here. blood has covered most of the upper floor. The boxes pushed to the sides, presumably full of shoes. There's a sort of, you can smell the leather. And in the center is a man face down who seems like it was probably the man you met 3 months ago, however long it was. Weeks?
3 weeks.
I don't know. Has it only been 3 weeks?
Yes.
Wow. 3 weeks ago. I said it was a lifetime. Everybody's dead.
Can we tell that it's not, like, done by a man? Like, can we tell that it's supernatural?
Make investigation checks as you inspect these bodies.
7.
What was it? Investigation 17.
Okay, on 17, as you look over these bodies, you can see these large, round puncture wounds that have almost crushed their way through these chest cavities. And of course you turn over the man in the middle of the room. How do you react to seeing what's not there?
I don't think I really do.
Mm-hmm.
But I recognise that, like, there are very few things that I've seen that have been able to do anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll...
Make another... make a sniff test.
Perception. Sniff. Oh, not very good. 8.
Okay. Just an overwhelming scent of blood. This is something you're still getting used to, this heightened sense.
If I've managed to make it so that, like, nobody else has seen, I wasn't actively trying to, but, like...
Yeah, I think if you're moving around the room looking at bodies and everybody's filed in...
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ. I have no idea who did this. Well, that is one threat eliminated. I suggest we thank whichever providence has given us this boon and move on to the rat's tail as planned. I don't like it. I don't like unknowns. But perhaps we have a guardian angel looking over us. Okay, let's go. And you all file out and move into a little jog as you as you time your arrival with other groups of people, and you get down a few different alleyways. You notice a few more dead bodies. Men with their throats slit. Men who've been strangled.
Do these look more human?
Yes. Okay. Men who are probably lookouts that have been silenced. And you find yourself not too far away now from the rat's tail, joined by other small groups of men who have sort of encircled the place quietly. And then you hear the bell strike 11. And on that first bell, everyone moves. There were gunshots towards the front door, gunshots in return, coming out of windows upstairs and downstairs. You hear cries, you hear shouts. Someone throws a barrel through a window, smashes it open. 3 men follow it in afterwards, swords in hands. They're screaming, and you're running towards the front door. What do you do?
I'm running in through the front door.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're, like... I'll, like, find a way of telling you that, like, you need distance.
Yeah, I'm planning on, like, I'm assuming that people are going to be upstairs. So I'm going to shoot through the windows.
You can see flashes of gunfire.
Yeah.
But each time the flash goes off, you can see an illuminated silhouette.
Yeah.
Make an attack roll.
That is a 13.
Okay. On a 13, you see your bullets splinter and smash windows. You're not sure if you hit anybody. It's hard to tell. It's dark. But you keep shooting at the windows. Every time you see a flash, you return fire. So far, nothing. None of the return bullets hit you. A few ricocheted off the cobbled stones beside you.
I don't think
A couple of men drop down.
I don't think I'm like just out in the open.
No, but people are returning fire. You can see them, they can see you, each other. And more men pile into this building. You see Talia disappear through the front door. A couple of other men have already bashed it in, and you can hear the sounds of men screaming, men shouting, steel on steel. A woman screams. You can hear children crying.
Do the children sound like they're in the house?
Yes. You can hear in the distance as well, behind you, more gunshots, more muffled sounds of fighting. You can hear closer by shutters on windows slamming. And while this is all happening, you run in through the front door.
And there are children in the house that I've just ran into.
We'll get to that for you. First thing that happens is you run in. You're running into the Ratcliffe rat's tail.
Oh yes, we're in the rat's tail here.
Yes.
And
And a man runs towards you, a short sword in his hand. He's shouting. He takes a swipe at you and misses.
Yeah, he fucking does. I'll do it back.
Yeah, you swipe at him, make an attack roll.
I also miss.
Okay.
There's 7.
Yes, you do. That's your total.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
But I've got another one.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, make your second attack with your other sword.
11.
11 hits.
Hey! What's a D8? Very nice. Not very great, but 10.
10. You run this. You miss with the first sword. The second one comes up underneath and buries right in this man's chest as he's running towards you. His own miss putting him slightly off balance as he ducked yours. And you're face to face with this unshaven, stale-breathed man as his eyes look onto you, and he weakly claws at your vest, and there's a recognition there that he's quite perturbed that he was just killed by a woman. And his eyes roll back in his head and he falls down to the floor, and you keep moving. You can hear screams and shouts. There are men beside you punching and kicking and stabbing. More men coming in from sort of the back rooms, screaming. Upstairs you can hear children crying over all the noise. You can, with your hearing, you can hear a woman shushing, shush, 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 shush. And you are in the throes of battle, and you move on.
I head towards wherever the children are.
Okay, so yeah, you see a set of stairs behind the bar. You can jump over the bar, start heading upstairs. A couple of other men are already making their way that way anyway. A man.
And take them easily.
It's narrow. They're already there. You're behind them because it's a small building. A man upstairs fires a couple of shots.
wow. Yeah.
Both go wide. Splinters on the banister shatter in front of you, and wood pierces your face. And you keep going. These two men in front of you leap onto this man who was shouting and start pummeling him. Then you see the flash of a dagger. There were a couple of other bodies on the floor who with sort of bullet wounds in their upper torsos. You see in the corner of this is a sort of open planned sort of large room. You can see in the corner, hidden behind a few barrels and boxes, some small children, a couple of women. One of them points a pistol at you and shoots. No, you've never been to the Rat's Tail before. Doesn't matter. Oh, no, it was a 7. I pushed it. Okay, both shots.
Your drug dealer, isn't it?
Both shots go wide. What do you do?
I wouldn't. Why are there children here?
Who are you talking to?
Whatever woman is in front of me who just tried to shoot. Is she the only adult?
There's I mean, the only living adults, yeah. So there's 2 women there with the children.
Right. I'll speak to the 2 women.
Sure. While they're reloading their weapons, they say, "Oh, we live here. Fuck you." And yeah, they reload their weapons and prepare to take another shot at you.
How far away from them am I?
I would say 15, 20 feet. It's a fairly large room. It's obviously like a storage room. You're at one end with the stairs and they're as far away as possible in the corner.
Can I move towards them and try and grab the gun so that they can't get me? To try and push it around me?
Roll,
If it's my turn, because they've just shot me, so.
yeah.
It's well within my movement.
Sure. Go for it.
And I'm just gonna hold it so that they can't keep shooting me.
Okay. Make so you're just gonna grab the barrels of their guns.
Pretty much, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Take 2d4 of damage.
4.
Okay. As the hot barrels of these guns sear your skin.
What? Why are there children here?
Where else would we be?
Out.
Out where? This is our home.
Out while the fighting's happening.
Fuck you, we have nowhere else to go. One of them pulls out a dagger.
All of them would be safer out of here.
Then leave.
I'm not in charge.
Neither are we.
I'm offering to help you get out of here.
Make a persuasion check. I feels unfair to even give you disadvantage, but I will.
Don't. Why?
It's the middle of a battle. You're the enemy.
I'm being
And you never
haven't
know.
attacked them once.
I think
You never-
Talia also
I
being a
rolled
woman.
16 on both of them, so 15.
There you go. That's fair. That's fair. How do we get out?
How many children are there?
6.
And we're up a flight of stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a window?
There are windows.
Is there any sort
On
of
2
rope around?
sides. Hmm?
Any sort of rope?
No. It's boxes. Mostly beer by the looks of it. And things like that.
Well, either we try and get you out the window or we carry them out. Nobody on my side will go after me.
You swear you can protect us?
I can promise to try.
Okay. They grab a couple of the lids of these crates to use as shields. Here, hold these. And they pass them to
How
the
big are the boxes?
yeah, crate-sized.
Big enough to fit children in?
I mean, They're full. They're full of bottles and things. Mostly, it seems.
All right.
Plus, no, these are not bottle-sized children, so...
Make sure that all of the children also have a lid if there's enough.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take the front and I'm gonna like get one of them to take the back.
Mm-hmm.
And we're basically gonna make a train, I guess, and do our best.
Is it a flange? Phalanx? Flanks? You start making your way towards the stairs.
I guess so.
Sure. The two men that came up with you, one of them is sort of holding his belly, sitting down, leaning back against some boxes. The other one has dispatched the men that were left up there and is putting pressure on this guy's wound, whatever it is. He'll look over to you.
Children.
Right, shout down, make way, children coming.
Alright, I will do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Do that.
carry
Mm-hmm.
on if people are like,
Yeah.
ignore us.
Yeah, you head down. The battle seems to have moved deeper into the back rooms there. There are still a couple of men sort of outside. They hear you coming. They move to the stairs to sort of provide some protection. One of them shouts out the front door, "We've got kids coming out! We've got kids! Hold your fire!"
Yep, that's me then.
And you rush these children out with their mothers, presumably. We don't know. Outside, you're still taking pot shots at anything you can see.
Anything
Mhm.
that I can see, I'm shooting.
Before too long, the shots that are coming out the top windows stop, and then the firing that you can hear is coming from deeper inside the buildings again.
Okay.
More muffled. Outside just seems to be not men you know, but men you know are on your side.
In that case, like I'll let the. Go ahead.
Sorry. I'm like very warm.
Did you ask Lilith's permission to do that?
This is Taya. Relevant.
I'll wait for Charlie and the kids
Mhm.
to come out, and then I will make my way in just to see if there's any
If I
like.
see Agatha going in and like
Mhm.
the kids are out, I'm immediately running it. Like I will give a nod and then run over.
Yeah. Yeah.
At this point, I'll remind you that you have keen mind.
Yeah.
And you know exactly who these two surviving men were. You can picture their faces. They're not forgettable.
Okay.
Just reminding you, that's one of those things you can remember.
Okay. Do I see them?
You follow the fighting,
Yeah.
of course, and you head into the back room. Make a perception check with advantage at this point, because
Yay!
the building is well lit with the various fires that have now started up the walls. And
That was 9.
you are very focused.
That is a 23.
Okay. At 23, you see a man at the back of the room, lit either side with curtains on fire. He's behind a couple of stacked barrels. He has a pistol in one hand. You can't see what it's in his other hand. It's probably some sort of weapon, a knife, a sword, you're not sure. There were a couple of other men behind him. There were people taking shots back from behind pillars, from behind other boxes, tables that have been flipped over. There are bodies all over the floor at this point. Not all of them dead, some just groaning in pain. He's the only one you recognize.
Is he looking in my direction?
He's looking everywhere. His eyes go over you. You don't notice a sort of hint of recognition. This is a man fighting for his life.
Can I do a stealth check, please?
Of course.
Are you trying to stealth away from me?
No, I'm trying to get closer to him without him shooting at me.
Yes. In
I
the
will be like, I'm defending you the whole way, basically.
Alright.
I'm acting bodyguard.
in the heat of battle, yes, your stealth is more attempting to be unnoticed rather than invisible.
Yeah.
Roll.
Okay, that's a 16.
Okay, I think a 16 is good enough to move you closer. Where are you moving? Where are you trying to be?
Close enough that I can shoot at him and I know that I'm not going to miss.
Okay. Yeah, you're there. There's a couple of beer barrels that are stacked high, and you can nestle yourself behind them with a view that if you lean out and around, you can take a shot.
Yeah. I've got 2 guns as well, so I've got...
I would say for your first shot, you're right-handed, right?
Yeah.
For your first shot, you can certainly lean around.
Okay. Well, the first shot was a 19 and 5, so that's 24.
Yeah.
And he takes...
What's the minimum damage you can do?
It's a 1d10 plus 3.
The minimum is 4.
Okay. You should roll.
Yeah, 4.
Okay, you take a shot. Where are you aiming?
His head.
His head.
Or his neck, but it's probably easier to get.
You pull the trigger, and just at the moment you pull the trigger, his head turns, and it is towards you. He sees you moving out, and this bullet rips across his ear and blows it clean off, but misses the kill shot you were going for.
Okay, I'm doing it
He
again.
puts his hand up
Yeah, while he's...
his ear in pain. You have to step out from the barrel to take your second shot now.
Yeah, this...
And in doing so, leave yourself vulnerable.
I'm in front of
Fire.
him.
Well, you can't be in front.
No, but
So you're going to move. Describe to me how you're moving as she
I'm
steps
imagining
out from this barrel.
that I'm kind of in front of the barrel and half of it, like, if so.
So you have
she
to.
can step out and she can lean around me, and I'm still in front of her. Like, I'm planning that if any bullets
Okay.
come towards Agatha,
So you're behind the barrel, and then Agatha's behind you behind the barrel.
Sure.
Mhm.
Well, yeah.
So as you step out, I'm going to have you. A 17 will hit. A 1 will not.
Okay.
So as the two of you, as you step out with her, you take. Where's the D10? There it is.
Do I not get to roll the d10?
No, it's not you.
Their shots hit me.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
There's a bullet skims your shoulder just over here, and rips through and hits you for 2 points of damage.
Nothing. Hickey.
No. Now you may roll your damage.
You
You don't need to roll your damage. You had 1 hit point.
Yeah, I got a 9 though.
Okay.
8 plus 1. You blew his head off.
Yeah. Tell me.
I'm gonna wait for him to make eye contact with me. Because after his ear is blown off, probably he's like, who the fuck is shooting me? Wait for him to make eye contact with me and then pull the trigger.
Okay. Where does the bullet go?
Right into his face.
Right into his face.
Yeah.
Okay. So sort of here area. That's great. Because that bullet lodges itself on the roof of his mouth, and in doing so blows out the front. His jaw hangs loose, his nose is gone, but the eyes just focus on you as he drops to the floor, blood spurting out,
Yeah, I never break.
and his eyes roll back and he falls forward.
As soon as he is on the floor, I'm just...
And then 2 more shots ring out from various people in there, and both of them just like shatter into the beer barrels that are next to you, just over your heads. Again, you get sprayed in wood chips.
I'll go back behind the barrels now.
And before long, you start hearing people shout, "All clear! All clear! All clear!" And now it's just the roar of flames licking up buildings, but suddenly everyone's focusing on that, because this is still people's homes and they don't want Ratcliffe to go up in flames. And beer and water is being thrown on fires everywhere. Bottles of hard liquor are being shoved and pushed before they can be set fire to. And you find yourselves in the aftermath of a battle that has certainly gone the way you wanted it to. And how has it left you feeling?
There's a part of me that's like, I have just killed a man, but another part of me that's just like, I don't really give a shit. Like, if, like, yeah, I feel very indifferent. Not really feeling anything.
Mm-hmm. On a natural one, Richard is injured. It's fine.
Oh no, this is Madam B.
Oh shit.
Both of them come to find you.
How many people did I fight with? Was it just that one, or was there like other people that we didn't really talk about?
Other people, sure. You are responsible. Were you keeping count? Okay. You killed 4 people.
Okay.
One of them with your bare hands.
Yeah, I was not keeping count. I just,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
It was hard for you to keep count because you were taking shots in the dark.
yeah.
But you certainly fired, and then people stopped firing back.
And like out of the 3 people who were there,
Mm-hmm.
me and Thomas, I have killed 2 of them. I killed one when it
Mm-hmm.
one now, so 2 out of 3 is
And the other one may be in this very building.
maybe he's out.
We'll find out another time. Tune in next week for Teapot as we dissect the
that was good.
discontent. And the week after for whatever happens next.
The funeral.
There will be a funeral.
All right. Thanks for watching.
Bye. Thank you. Love you, patrons. Thank you, everyone. Like and subscribe. Follow us on socials. Love you.
Some